Okay everybody, this is mooneydashcam. Tonight we are in Ozone Park, Queens. We're going to be talking about a Gambino associate that ran a robbery crew that murdered a son in front of his father, execution style, during a home invasion. We're going to go to exactly where it happened. Let's flip this around and get into it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at mooneydashcam. I post on there every single day. Now is especially a good time to do it because that's where I'm going to be posting crime scene photos that I can't post on YouTube. Since they restrict my videos, we won't get into it. Also, leave comments for suggestions for future videos. I very much appreciate those. And hit the notification bell so you guys know exactly when I post a video. Alright, the first address that we're going to is 13424 Cross Bay Boulevard, a pizzeria. Let's get into this story a little bit. So, Frank LaCorte, a 29-year-old Gambino associate, was running a robbery crew with his buddy Vincent Mineo. They would hire thugs to do robberies. It wasn't like the most put-together operation they had going on, you'll understand. And then being from the area, red light. As I was saying, being from the area, they would drive around town and stake places out. And I'm sure they got some word off the street and their gangster friends who was carrying money, who had what in their house, and they would plan their robberies around that. So they set their sights on 61-year-old Bartolomeo, his name that he went by is Romeo Antoniellos, who owned and ran Romeos Pizza. He would carry large amounts of cash from the pizzeria home. They said every night, but maybe every night, maybe every other night, who knows exactly when he would empty the register to bring it home. Now, the night they plan on doing this is a Wednesday, September 9th, 2009. It's actually around this time this all goes down, 10 o'clock. Tonight's a Saturday, now I'm filming this. That's when they decide to do this. Their plan is to bust into the house, tie him up, and rob him. Let's make this turn here onto Sutter Avenue. So right now we are going to the pizzeria, Romeos Pizza. Frank and Vincent supply the tape and the loaded gun for the robbers. The two people that are hired to do this are 26-year-old Anton Burrows and 24-year-old Leon Whitfield. So the pizzeria that we're going to is Bartolomeo's pizzeria that he started and owned. They said that they opened up the pizzeria when their younger son was 12. I don't know how long exactly that was. Over 10 years, I would assume. It's in a nice spot, Cross Bay Boulevard in Ozone Park. I'm gonna make this turn, we'll be right there. Okay. Now Cross Bay Boulevard goes all the way down to the Rockaways. This goes down through Howard Beach, over the bridge, through Broad Channel to the Rockaways. It's going to be up here on the right in just a second. Oh, we got a block to go. We have a whole block to go. And it's maybe one of the worst roads to drive on. There's all these divots in the road. And it's horrible. Alright, here we are. Romeo's Pizza and Pasta. We'll pull up to the side so we're not blocking the whole road here. Look at our hydrant right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So this is the pizzeria. Now you could imagine Frank and Vincent staking this place out, a couple of days, who knows, maybe a week, watching for patterns, when he leaves, what he's carrying, what kind of car he drives. This is it. Cross Bay Boulevard, very busy road, even at 10 p.m. Oh, no more free delivery. You see that? Covered up with tape. Romeo's Pizzeria. Alright, back to the truck. Next spot we're heading to is 9509 North Conduit Avenue, to his house. Him and his family's house, where this all goes down. Say hi to the truck, of course. I would never neglect it. Alright, their house is not too far away. Right on North Conduit Avenue. It was very hard to find this address. Only one article found this address. I'll be honest, I spent about 2 hours just trying to find the home address. Just to give you a little perspective on what it's like trying to make these videos sometimes. A lot of the times it's not like that, but a lot of the times it is. I will not lie. Alright. So, continuing on with the story without getting hit by a car as I'm turning. Right before Romeo gets home, a woman knocks on the door and asks for directions. The family suspects afterward that she was trying to count how many people were in the house. That's a common robbery trick. Do the quick door knock first, check if anyone's home. If there is anyone home, how many people are there? Do they get up to answer the door fast? All that kind of stuff. And then you go around back and you check for a window. Don't ask any more details. So yeah, she's asking for directions at the front door, which is a very odd thing. The son, Jerry, is there, and the wife is there, and they don't answer the door because they know better than to answer a door. Some random person asking for directions. I'm surprised these mopeds actually wait at the light for me. The son's real name is Gerardo. He goes by Jerry because who wants to say Gerardo all day long? Now, this crew did 3 robberies between August and September. All similar to this, kind of like stick a gun in the person's face, tie them up, take whatever's on them and whatever they have around. So they had a little bit of a thing going on. I'm sure they had their confidence up from doing this a couple times. We gotta swing through this neighborhood quick. I'm gonna speed this up and we'll be at the house in a second. As the father pulls up to the house, the 2 guys, Antoine and Leon, are already there, waiting to jump on him. As he gets to his front door, I heard that he had groceries in his hand. I don't know how true that is, but as he got to the front door, they have ski masks. They're right behind him. They hit him over the back of the head with a pistol, and now Antoine is actually the only one with a real loaded pistol, and then Leon had a BB gun. Now, if you guys don't know this, you still get charged for an armed robbery, even if you have a gun that's not a real gun. Well, a BB gun kind of goes in that. But even if you take like a hairbrush in like a hoodie pocket and pretend like it's a gun, and the person that you're robbing believes it's a gun, that is still an armed robbery charge, as crazy as that sounds. So they pistol whip him, push him through the door, and start beating him up. This is the house right here. It's the last one of this little row. Now the family is in this house. Okay, their blinds are down. Before their blinds are up, I could see right in. I didn't want to be that guy. Alright, now when I said the family's in the house, I didn't mean the families that were the victims of this crime. I meant the family that lives in the house now, because they moved out. Alright, right when I pulled up, someone opened the door to check who was outside, and it was me. So I'm going to be pretty in and out of this house. So, they push the father through the door, and the son, Jerry, hears the commotion going on with his father, who's actually going through chemo at the time, and he comes rushing downstairs to see what's going on. As he comes downstairs, he sees what's going on right at this house, right in this doorway, and gets involved. Starts trying to put up a little bit of a fight to help his father. They pistol whip him a bunch, same thing they're doing to his father, and it ends up very bad. Hold for the plane going over. Let me rewind a little bit. Even before he starts getting beaten up, he tries to hold the door shut so they can't get in. They overpower him, they get inside. They're badly beating both of them up, pistol whipping them, stomping them, the whole thing. Then Antoine leans over with the gun, says out loud, "You get this," and puts a bullet in the back of Jerry's head. Execution style, right in front of the father. Right inside that doorway. Like I said, hold for the plane. That's a North Conduit right there. Right past that's the Belt Parkway. Like I said, on my Instagram, I will have the crime scene photos of that doorway and a bunch of blood. Now, they both hop into their car. Later testimony shows that Antoine said, "I think I killed somebody." The mother now tries to stop the bleeding, grabs a bunch of towels. She said it was coming out of his head like a faucet. That is where it all went down. Quick in and out. Look at the numbers, look at the door. Matched up with my Instagram post. Back to the truck. Now, they left with no cash. They left a roll of tape and a rope at the crime scene. They did a terrible job. Jerry ends up dying the next day at the hospital. Now, Jerry was a hard worker. He was in the school system. He was an operations manager at one point, then a maintenance supervisor, then a facilities manager. He helped a lot with the pizzeria whenever they needed help. Now, immediately the mother called her other son, Carmine, who's an NYPD officer. Months later, 30-year-old Rashad Cowan and Jason Burrell get arrested. Now, it's difficult for me to find the connection between this guy, Rashad, and Jason, and the two killers, and how this all correlates. But I believe Rashad and Jason maybe were part of the robbery crew, just not on this robbery. Because instantly they flip, they tell the police about Frank and Vincent, who run this whole operation. And the texts between them are like solid evidence. Now, the father, Romeo, passes away about 6 months later, just from cancer. Because like I said, he was going through chemotherapy at the time. Antoine and Leon both got 34 years and had to pay $500,000 each to the mother of the victim. And then Frank was convicted in 2012 and got sentenced in July of 2012 to 50 years to life, and Vincent got 20 years. Horrible, horrible story. They moved out of that house. I don't even know if they still run or own the pizzeria. They might. It was, the way their family made money for a while. Terrible situation. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you really didn't enjoy. See you in the next one.